Most people think keto is just bacon and butter. A fad diet for people who want to eat steak and call it health food. But here is the truth. The ketogenic diet was invented in the 1920s as a medical treatment to stop seizures in children with epilepsy. It worked so well that it remains the gold standard treatment for drug-resistant epilepsy today. Doctors still prescribe it. Hospitals still use it. A 100-year track record in clinical medicine. No other diet even comes close. In 2024, Stanford Medicine did something remarkable. They put patients with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder on a ketogenic diet for 4 months. These were people on heavy psychiatric medications, many with severe metabolic syndrome from years of those drugs. By the end of the study, metabolic syndrome had completely vanished in every single patient. Every one. And 3/4 showed clinically meaningful improvement in their actual psychiatric symptoms. Not just feeling better. Measurable, documented improvement in schizophrenia and bipolar disorder from changing what they ate. Stanford researchers have now named an entire new field for this. They call it metabolic psychiatry. So what is actually happening inside your body on keto? Your brain burns 20% of your daily energy. On a standard diet, it runs on glucose from carbohydrates. But when carbs drop low enough, your liver starts converting fat into molecules called ketone bodies. Your brain switches fuel sources entirely. Ketones cross the blood-brain barrier more efficiently than glucose. They produce less oxidative stress. Fewer inflammatory byproducts. Your brain is literally running on a cleaner, more efficient fuel. This is not bro science. This is biochemistry that has been understood for decades. Ketone bodies do not just fuel your brain. They actively suppress inflammation throughout your entire body by inhibiting something called the NLRP3 inflammasome, which is a key driver of chronic inflammation. This is why researchers are studying keto for Alzheimer's disease, where brain inflammation is central to the pathology. It is why they are looking at it for Parkinson's. And here is the one that makes people stop and listen. Cancer cells feed almost exclusively on glucose. They cannot efficiently use ketones. A ketogenic state essentially starves cancer cells of their preferred fuel while healthy cells thrive on ketones. The research is early, but multiple clinical trials are running right now. Let us talk about weight loss, because this is where most people start. The mechanism is not just about eating fewer calories. Ketosis crashes your insulin levels, and insulin is your body's master fat storage hormone. When insulin is high, your fat cells are locked. They physically cannot release stored energy. When insulin drops on keto, for the first time in years for many people, those fat cells finally open up and release the energy they have been holding. People report something they have literally never experienced before. They stop feeling hungry between meals. Real, sustainable appetite control that does not require willpower. There is a name people in the keto community use for what happens to your brain. They call it keto clarity. It is sustained mental sharpness that lasts all day. No afternoon crashes. No brain fog. No post-lunch coma where you stare at your screen for an hour. Entrepreneurs, programmers, and creatives have been quietly using keto as a cognitive performance tool for years. Your brain on ketones simply runs cleaner and longer. Steady energy without the glucose roller coaster. If there is one thing to take away from all of this, it is that keto is not just another diet trend. It has been studied in clinical trials for over a century. The research keeps getting stronger, not weaker. Stanford did not create metabolic psychiatry because of a fad. Cancer researchers are not studying ketosis because of Instagram influencers. This is real. Keto lets you run your body on a completely different operating system. One that evolution designed you to use when food was scarce. The science was always there. We are just finally paying attention. If this changed how you think about keto, subscribe. There is so much more to cover.